Hey there, Mary Farias here with 5 minutes is better than nothing of personal development. We're studying my book, How to Study Napoleon Hill's Think and Grow Rich. We are finishing up chapter 7 on organized planning right now, page 197. Here we go. May one refuse to adapt oneself to the law of economics? Certainly. This is a free country where all men are born with equal rights, including the privilege of ignoring the law of economics. What happens then? Well, nothing happens until large numbers of men join forces for the avowed purpose of ignoring the law and taking what they want by force. Then comes the dictator with well-organized firing squads and machine guns. We have yet reached that stage in America, but we have heard all we want to know about the law, about how the system works. Perhaps we shall be fortunate enough not to demand personal knowledge of so gruesome a reality. Doubtless, we shall prefer to continue with our freedom of speech, freedom of deed, and freedom to render useful service in return for riches. The practice by government officials of extending to men and women the privilege of raiding the public treasury in return for their votes sometimes results in election, but night follows day. The final payoff comes when every penny wrongfully used must be repaid with compound interest on compound interest. If those who make the grab we are not forced to repay, the burden falls on their children and their children's children, even unto the third and fourth generations. There is no way to avoid the debt. Men can, and sometimes do, form themselves into groups for the purpose of crowding wages up and working hours down. There is a point beyond which they cannot go. It is the point of which the law of economics steps in, and the sheriff gets both the employer and the employees. For 6 years, from 1929 to 1939, the people of America, both rich and poor, barely missed seeing the old man economics hand over to the sheriff all the businesses and industries and banks. It was not a pretty sight. It did not increase our respect for mob psychology, through which men can cast reason to the winds and start trying to get without giving. We who went through those 6 discouraging years when fear was in the saddle and faith was on the ground cannot forget how ruthlessly the law of economics exacted its toll from both rich and poor, weak and strong, old and young. We shall not wish to go through another such experience. These observations are not founded upon short time experience. They are the result of 25 years of careful analysis of the methods of both the most successful and most unsuccessful men America has known. What he's saying here is you cannot escape the natural laws. You cannot escape the law of cause and effect. We must give before we can get. And if for a short time we are able to get before we give, it will balance itself out. This is a balanced universe. So we have to understand that we cannot cheat nature. We cannot cheat the laws of the universe. We must work with them, or else we will find that if we haven't worked with them, our results will change, right? So we have to understand that the universe is always listening. The universe is always balanced. So when we try and get before giving, that goes against the law. So we have to understand that we must continue to give, continue to figure out what type of service is going to help me help more people, right? And whether you're in your current position or you're starting a new business, or you are a teacher, or you are a postman, or you are a writer, whatever it is, think about how can I best serve? How can I serve even more? How can I give more? And if you do the giving, the taking, the receiving will take care of itself. All right, all for now. See you tomorrow.